65. Once a soldier. Occasionally receive a story here at America's Dumbest Criminals headquarters that doesn't involve a dumb criminal, but does involve the police and their ability to defuse potentially volatile situations. There's no criminal in this case, just an unfortunate fellow whose straw, so to speak, didn't go all the way to the bottom of his glass, and an experienced cop who handled a delicate situation with creative efficiency. Sometimes an officer has to fly by the seat of his pants, says C.R. Mithril, chief of the Salem City Police Department in Salem, West Virginia. Being able to ad-lib at the drop of a hat can be a real plus. Several years ago, when Mithril was a sergeant working the night shift, he was called to a rest home to take care of a disturbance. An elderly patient had refused to take his medication and had mentally reverted to his days as a private in the Army. The old soldier raised enough pure hell that everyone on his floor was awake. For well over an hour, he had paced the hallway, ranting and raving about the expected German attack. The home had called the police to help them with a transfer to a nearby hospital. I had a rookie with me who was still trying to find his way around our little town, Mithril remembers, and all the way there he was planning how he would take this guy. I had to remind him that it was just an old man with a bolt or two loose, not a Charles Manson. When the officers arrived, staff members were waiting to escort them to the old fellow's room. When the rookie and the uniformed sergeant entered the room, the old man stared at the sergeant wearing stripes and then snapped to attention. "Sergeant," he blared, "I've been a good soldier. Let me show you my medals." With that, he popped open a cigar box with several figurines in it. "Here's my chance," Mithril thought. "Private," he barked, "we're here to get you out of enemy territory, but we must hurry. The enemy isn't far behind." The elderly private snapped to attention again, gathered his duffel bag, and marched out the door. All the way down the hallway, the sergeant called cadence, and the little group marched out the front door as if they were going to war. 5 or 6 elderly ladies cheered. One elderly gentleman simply muttered, "Net." The elderly private snapped to attention, gathering his duffel bag, and marched out the door. Things went well until the officers in their charge emerged from the door of the rest home. Then the good private stopped dead in his tracks. He had spotted the fire department transfer him. An attendant opened the side door and offered him a hand, but he wasn't having any part of it. "It's okay, Private," the sergeant assured him. "That's a tank I ordered to get you safely across enemy lines. I'll stay behind and guard our flank." Like a shot, the good old soldier was up and in the ambulance. Mithril closed the door and waved goodbye. As the ambulance drove away, the rookie turned to the sergeant with a slack jaw. "A tank?" he asked in disbelief. "Don't gripe," the sergeant said. "He's on his way, isn't he?"